Good morning. So today we're going to cover Pismo Beach, located on California's Central Coast, as everybody knows. It's actually one of the most affordable areas in California that, as far as an oceanfront community goes. So I thought we'd take a few moments to take a look at the market, how it's doing. I haven't looked at Pismo Beach in a while or given you all an update in a while. And so let's go ahead and get right to it. Let me share my screen. Get that there for you guys. So here's Pismo Beach. Here's our numbers, and some of these numbers we're going to go over are based on last month's September closing numbers. And then we're going to look at how we're doing in the last week, and then how we've done in the last 30 days and what's going on in Pismo Beach right now. So let's take a look. So in Pismo Beach, we had basically almost 1.25 million was the number for 2022 in September as far as our median price goes. So that's actually still up 13% over 2021. Now, I've done a video on this where kind of explaining why is it up when we see prices coming down? It doesn't make sense, right? So go ahead and look for that video in my YouTube channel. And also be sure to like and subscribe. Don't forget to do that as well if you enjoy this content and you want to see similar things in the future. So thank you again for joining us. Again, we're seeing about 13%, and this is over last year's numbers. But more importantly, we want to look at how we're doing in the current month of this year, 2022. If you bought a 3-bedroom house this year, it would have cost you 1.3 million. A year ago, that would have been 1.1 million. So about 19% maybe or so would have been a lower price last year versus this year. So our prices are still higher overall, but we know that there's some softening, right? We can't kid ourselves with that. However, we still call this a seller's market, even though we have a little bit more inventory maybe, and things are lasting a little longer on the market. They are still selling rather quickly. So this is quite different than what most people are hearing on the street, from their friends, from their family, or even on the news. And this is where it gets confusing for buyers, right? And even for sellers, like, well, I heard the market stalled out. Well, let's take a look at this. Pismo Beach had 33 homes for sale. And this is all taking into account numbers that are done in September. There were 33 for sale, 11 of the 11 homes sold. So it would have taken 3 months to sell at that pace to sell those 33 homes. So we call that 3 months of inventory. Now that is up from maybe 2 months or 1 month that we saw earlier in the year, but you're seeing that we're still at a seller's market. You know, we're not at a buyer's market or a normalized market until we're at about 5 or 6 months of inventory. And once you go beyond 6 months, then it's a true buyer's market. So we're still seeing and calling this a seller's market. Average days on market was 44 days. Now here's where the rubber meets the road, in that it is taking longer to sell some of these homes than we had seen before, but they're still selling at a very decent pace. Just to give you an example, 6 of those, of the 11 that sold in September, 6 of them sold under 30 days. What does that tell you? Well, if they're priced good, they're gonna go, right? So 4 of them sold in the 30 to 90 day range that they took to sell, and only 1 was over 90 days on the market. And these are the 11 that sold. So this kind of gives you a good idea, you know, of course we can argue back and forth on, you know, is this a good way to really look at the market? But it is true numbers. These are of the homes that sold, this is how long it took them to sell. And let's take a look at the last 7 days on the market. Here we have, you know, of the last 7 days, this is, today is October 12th. So in the last 7 days, we haven't had any sell. So we've had 0 closings, but we have had 2 new come on the market, 2 have reduced their price, and get this, 3 have gone into contract. So again, we're seeing some activity there in the current market. We'll get into a few more numbers in just a moment. But I wanted to, of those current homes that are on the market, we see that there's 12 of them that are available. You know, this is overall, this is everything that's available in single family homes in Pismo Beach. And their average days on the market of those 12 homes is 53 days. So, and of those 12, 3 of them have reduced prices. So about 25% of homes on the market as of today in the middle of October have reduced their price. It's about 25% of the homes. Now let's take a look at, this is always interesting. Let's take a look at the last 30 days as we wrap this up. So the last 30 days in Pismo Beach, our average price has been about 1.3 million. Now, For a 3-bedroom, that would have been about 1.25 million would have been your price. So again, if you look at the 1.1 million for a 3-bedroom a year ago, we're still kind of on track to keep that number at about 13 to 14% above last year's numbers. And get this, there were 7 homes that have sold in the last 30 days. Now again, we're looking at the last 30 days in Pismo Beach. 7 have sold. And look at this, their average days on the market of those that sold in the last 30 days is 63, much higher than the 44 days that we have seen previously in the month of September. So you can see there's quite a shift going on here in the length of time it's taking to sell those homes, but we still had 7 sold, excuse me. That's down from the 11 that had sold the previous month. So just again, we're going back just 30 days. So this is from like September 12th to October 12th, just taking a snapshot of that picture, or looking at that range. So 2 of them were under 30 days of the 7 that sold, and 4 of them were in the 30 to 90 day range. Now that kind of explains why our days on market is higher as we look at this number, and only 1 of them was over 90 days. So again, there you go. There's a nice little quick review for you in Pismo Beach of what's going on with the market. So if you have any questions, be sure to reach out to me on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. You can always, my cell phone's down below in the comments. You can always reach out to me there. Send me a quick text or a DM. If you have any questions at all about the markets anywhere on the Central Coast in Monterey, San Luis Obispo County, Santa Cruz County, I'm happy to help. So any other information I can provide to you, please let me know. I'd love to know what cities or areas you'd like to hear next. These are all a result of people maybe sending me a text or a question that I get during the week. So I hope you enjoyed that and hope you're having a great day. And again, really appreciate you joining us.